All right, Duff Daddies and Duff Mamas, we have on the first official guest on the Duffin Up podcast. You may know him from his 27,000 TikTok followers. You may know him as a .8 handicap player. You may know him as a humongous Orlando Magic fan as well. You may not know that, but now you do. Please welcome on to the show, Zach Moore. Zach, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. So the first thing that we want to ask is how the hell do you get to be a .8 handicap golfer? Please teach us your ways.
Well, I'll be completely honest. A year ago today, I was shooting in the 90s. I was shooting high 80s. Sometimes I cracked 100. But then at some point, I really cracked down. I shot a 74. And then from that day on, I went to the course every single day. And I was there hours upon hours every day. Started shooting lower and lower under par, and just feel really confident in myself from that point on.
So Zach, what you're saying is there's hope for all of us.
There is, yeah. Unfortunately, I did have a sort of dark moment in my life. You know, my mom did fortunately pass away, and then my coping mechanism, I went to the course, and it was a safe space. And I was there alone every day, and it just really drove me for what I wanted to do and brightened up my eyes that golf was the career I wanted to go into.
Yeah, man, we're very sorry about that side, but would you say that, you know, coming from that area and just using that as your motivation, has that really helped you just kind of take your game to an entirely new level?
Definitely. It really makes me want to work even harder than the next guy.
I mean, Zach, I all I know from you is from TikTok and watching your videos, but I mean, just over that statement right there, just took this to a whole new level. I mean, I got tingles right here just knowing that. I'm kind of there with you as using golf as a coping mechanism. Not quite as as serious as that, but but other reasons. And my man, I couldn't relate to you more. And I'm very sorry to hear about your mom. I mean, but I'm glad that you channeled that energy into something great and something that all three of us on this podcast can understand. And we love that you just love hearing that you went from shooting to the 90s and hundreds, and 1 year later you're a .8 handicap. And right before we started recording, everybody, he was telling us that he has a very famous golf coach on the line. Brendan, who did he say? Zach, I don't know if you want to tell us more about that, what you told us right before we started recording.
Yeah, his name is David Ledbetter. He also coaches Patrick Reed occasionally, Justin Rose. He's coached Ernie Els. He's coached lots of professionals, countless. And just this past week, I joined his golf academy, and I've already seen a huge improvement in the past week. And just the facilities they have are insane. And I think it's really gonna help me moving forward.
Zach, thanks for being here, man. And what a story. Thanks for sharing it with us. What did you like golf a lot before your mom passed away, or was it just a thing you did and then you just finally just gravitated towards it for some reason? Why golf?
Well, honestly, throughout all high school, I was a soccer player. I played 4 years varsity soccer, and my senior year, I also decided to play golf. And I was a crap golfer. I was shooting hundreds in high school tournaments, embarrassing. And I was slicing the ball, big slicer. And
yes, welcome to the slicing club.
I saw that on your TikTok. I was watching your TikTok. It was great to scroll through there. And man, you post you share you're you're just out there and genuine and being yourself, and you got to respect the hustle. I love it.
Yeah, I just try to post whatever comes to mind or whatever I think would be fun. I don't really go off of trends or anything like that. I just do what I want.
That's awesome, man. Hey, that's how you grow the following too. So what kind of made you decide? I mean, obviously for all of us during quarantine, right? Not quarantine anymore. I know in Florida, it's a little bit more open. I'm in South Carolina and the boys are both in Rhode Island, so they've really been cooped up for a while. But what made you just decide, like, I'm gonna download this app, I'm gonna play a little golf, and we'll see where it goes? What made you decide to bring into this, TikTok world, just like, I'm gonna do a golf TikTok?
Well, I downloaded TikTok in high school, my senior year, and it was this cringy app. Everybody made fun of me for having it. I posted a few cringy dance videos way back when. They're private now, so nobody can see that, obviously. But didn't post for well over a year, and started getting a little bit better at golf. I'm like, I watch a lot of golf TikTok. Maybe people would appreciate seeing my stuff, and really involved. I started making videos that were joking about golf stuff to actually playing golf, and then other content comes along the way.
You want to be a pro, right?
That is the dream. That's the dream.
I absolutely adore that. That's awesome.
I wish we were there, man, but I don't think shooting. I was telling Tim, and we usually do a segment, Bogeys for the Boys, later, where we talk like about our recent one. But I shot a 95 yesterday, and I was just like, I don't think this is gonna cut it, because I'm not even shooting from the back tees. I'm just shooting from the in between the men's and the back tees, and I don't think the 95 is gonna do it, boys. Think we're gonna.
I don't know if you just heard him. Not last year, he was shooting in the 90s. Yeah, we may not be 20 years old and 6'4", and and almost in college.
And there's always going to be a big golf moment down the road, like that you just got to be ready for, like that you just want to be your best for. And as God willing, you can walk and swing. Like it's a game you can play. Just you play it for forever.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're having fun in the game, that's really all that matters. If you're shooting the 90s, so what? You're out there with your boys having a good time. That's what matters.
Absolutely. I was out there with my dad yesterday, and we were having a good time, but took a little long. We had a little slow group in front of us that was taking their sweet time, so we just got to relax and chill out, and didn't really get in a groove, but that happens. Not a big deal. So kind of going through everything, I know you've been playing a lot recently. What is the best score to date that you have shot?
Well, it is a 68, and I mean, I think I've had a couple scores, 69, 70, but 68, I'm not happy with that. I've had a lot of scores. I should have gone a lot further down. But my 68 on the first hole, I hold out from the fairway for an eagle, and then I think I birdied the next 4 holes, and then the rest of the round I played pretty average. So I think I kind of screwed that up.
What area of your game are you like continuing to grind away at?
I think I'm pretty solid all around, but anywhere from 70 to 40 yards, I really struggle. All the half swings, that kind of kills me.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's when I take my 60-degree wedge out, and I think I can hit it farther than I can, and it just always right at the beginning of the green and just rolls back down. So taking it back out right around the green.
That's why I'll throw the 52 in there and just hit it out of bounds over.
We need a good 56 in the middle of that, Mike, so that way we can get it on the green.
I don't know about Zach, but I don't feel comfortable with the 56 totally. I feel like I might blade it, just catch it heavy and chunk it.
A nice 170-yard, 56-degree wedge, sculled it right over the green. Hey, Zach, so I saw that you played TPC Sawgrass, correct? How long ago was that?
That was about 2 weeks ago. I was really lucky to play there.
Wow. And are you from the area? I'm not sure where you're from.
Yeah, I'm from around Orlando.
Orlando,
kind of near Disney, and TPC was about 2.5 hours away.
So we were talking about on the podcast, actually, I believe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, and how most golfers come from California and Florida, just year-round golf. I mean, if you lived in Florida all your life, and please tell me what it's like to play golf year round. We would love to know. I mean, we're all from New England, where we're playing golf maybe 4 or 5 months of comfortable golf a year.
You're golfing in the snow, Tim. You're golfing in the snow.
I said comfortable golf.
You may think it's a dream golfing all year round, but in the summer it gets to 105. It gets to past 100, and some point in the back nine, you lose your cool and you start to make mistakes, and it's just dreadful at that time.
Do you
Yeah.
walk a lot or do you ride?
What was that?
Do you walk a lot or do you ride?
The courses I play, unfortunately, don't let us walk. But if we could, I would.
That
Great
happens
state.
a lot, man. Down where I am in South Carolina right now, like there are courses where it's like, because it's like semi-private. So if you're a member there, you can walk the course. But if you're not a member, they make you take the cart, and it's like, they build in like the extra $40 into the fee. So it's just like, oh, great. Now, what am I paying this for? But I'm also playing with like my 65-year-old father, so it's probably better that we're taking the golf cart anyways. Yeah. So I think couple different areas we also wanted to hit on as well, because obviously we are a golf podcast, but we do want to know a little bit more about you yourself. So besides golf, what are some of your favorite hobbies outside of the sport?
So I can't really go farther outside of golf because I do work at a golf course as well.
You got to explain that driving range that is all water. How do the balls float? That you just make floatable balls?
Yeah, I actually have some at home I stole from the golf course, but they are floater balls.
Oh, that's unreal.
It's the worst driving range ever, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because me personally, I have to go and scoop all the balls out of the lake and refill it. But if there's no wind, the balls just stay floating in the middle of the lake. Sometimes you'll go out there and get a crap ton of balls. Sometimes you'll go out there and get nothing because there's no wind. So it's just really rough on your back picking them up.
Hopefully no gators in the pond either, because I know they're around here, and sometimes it's they get a little dicey.
Yeah, the other day I saw 6.5-foot gator walking across the par 3 tee box, and
Sheesh.
it's pretty wild.
You got to get like a heavy wind blower, like a heavy leaf blower, and just create your own ripples and like have it slowly trickle its way to the other. I don't know.
Innovation, that's for sure.
That would be scary though, going into that pond thinking you might just get your lower half buried by a gator's mouth.
Yeah, there's a lot of water moccasins in there as well. And
oh, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
I'm in insurance sales. I don't want that risk.
I'll do anything I can for free golf, free range balls. So
no, that's so true. We would be doing the same thing if we were down there. Oh, 100%.
Oh, 1000%. I'd be doing that. But I know you said, you've been doing like a lot of different swing techniques and trying to get your swing just right. We have Timmy, who bases his swing off of Kyle Berkshire. I don't know if you know who Kyle Berkshire is.
He's an absolute legend.
Absolutely.
I always watch those, Tim, whenever you drive the ball, when you tried to drive it like Kyle Berkshire a couple times. Oh man.
When you're on the range, you have to at least rock it back and forth at least once or twice on the driving range to have some fun.
Absolutely.
What's your take? You watch the tour a lot? Do you have guys that you like, don't like?
I am a big Bryson DeChambeau fan.
Okay.
I know there's a lot of people controversial with him, and love Justin Thomas. Those are my big two guys.
I am not a Bryson fan, but that's okay. But yeah, just kind of going back to that. Do you kind of base your swing off of like any of like the tour pros right now that you're looking into, or with your coach, is he kind of helping you out on that side as well? How would you say you kind of go through those mechanics?
Well, originally I was always looking at Dustin Johnson. I have for the past year, but my swing path is very negative. It was very out to in. It was, I would say, -5, -6 path, which means we start off with the pull, and my face angle was also negative. So it would start with the pull fade, and when I would hit a draw, it'd be almost like a straight draw or a pull draw, and it's just not an efficient way to strike the ball. And so I've really, really worked on this past week of having a positive club path, distributing weight throughout the swing, and it's just a really big change. And I'll tell you what, my game is going to be pretty crap for the next maybe week or two until I figure this out. But it's
I saw
definitely
that on
worth.
TikTok.
Yeah,
That was
it was
pretty drastic change when you put up
Mhm.
those two different photos.
very. I mean, but with the negative face angle, I was hitting a 6-iron, say 205-yard carry, but hitting it the correct way, I was only carrying it maybe 190. I lost a lot of distance,
Wow.
but it's the right way to hit shots, and it's going to
Right.
be a lot easier to shape the shots that I want to
Distributing
hit.
your weight, you saying that, like that, I feel like is so hard, so foreign to me. Just like you picture me on a dance floor, like it's the worst thing you could ever say. Like I can't move my hips, like don't know how to transfer weight. It's like how did you practice getting that club like at that angle and your obviously body coming through?
I was swinging with all my arms on the first swing when I was coming over the top, and my coach said, "You have no core muscles. You have no core muscles at all." And what we really worked on was turning with the hips on the backswing instead of just letting my arms guide me back. So I had my belt buckle basically facing the club on the backswing, and on the follow through, I would put all my weight into my left foot and rip that belt buckle to my target.
I don't
And that
know if
was the
anyone,
big thing.
I don't know if anyone's watching this video on YouTube, but I am taking vigorous notes right now.
It's
No,
all
it's
about where
just
your
good. It's
like
good
where your
stuff.
belt buckle is, and
Right.
that's where you get most of your power.
So it pretty much follows the club, like it kind of leads and then kind of just
Definitely. And you want to be basically throwing your hands out. Say
right.
you see a target 20 yards to your right. That's where you want your hands to be throwing out to.
So much easier
Like,
said than done.
yeah, I mean, it's just a visual I like to think about. Say I see a tree off in the distance to the right. I'll be like, all right, I'm going to throw my club all the way out there, coming out to in. I mean, in to out.
That's awesome, man. I mean, did you get a little discouraged when, you first hit that 6-iron and you were hitting it the correct way, but you're like, dude, I just lost like 15, 20 yards carry. Like,
Well, I was
what am
shanking it
I even
everywhere.
thinking?
I was shanking it all over the place. I was hitting on the heel, hitting on the toe. I think I topped a couple. It's just really discouraging, but just a lot of practice.
Hey, Zach, getting a little off of it, how has your life changed since you first started TikTok to now having 27,000 followers? What's been the big, besides coming, people asking you to come on podcasts, what's the biggest change that you've noticed?
My biggest change is confidence in myself, because I
Yeah.
think I went from being an absolute nobody, this crappy golfer, to now I'm thinking, wow, I'm actually pretty good and people are starting to follow me. And I've had a couple viral videos, and I'm one of those guys. I go to my own video and I just rewatch and rewatch and rewatch, and I'm just really proud of myself, and it just keeps me going.
As you should be, man.
Absolutely. I will say some of my favorite of your work is obviously, like I talked about, the swing, but the wives and girlfriends. Those videos are fantastic. I did not realize Daniel Berger had such a hot girlfriend until you posted that. Very well done, Zach. Very well done.
We're a big burger friendly podcast here. We select them in a lot of our DF lineups, and
oh yeah, and he lets us down at the Masters, but every other week he's right up there. We don't talk about it. Picked Rory 17.
I like to primarily stay with golf content, but then again, the thirst videos get views, and so I really, every other video I'll maybe do a thirst video because it gets 500,000, 800,000 views. So why not?
Oh, dude, some of them are crazy. Like I usually just do kind of like funny stuff because it's a joke, and like I'm not that good at golf, and I'm not going to ask my 65-year-old dad to film me like playing golf. I feel like that's a little bit too much for him. But yeah, I just got to concentrate, and I do some funny shit, and I know that we're gonna we got Mike's bachelor party coming up in a couple weeks, so we'll probably be doing some stuff up there too, which will be good. But yeah, man, I think it's awesome what you've been able to do so far, and like you said, I do think the confidence is really cool. Like I got a dude who I've been following for like a little bit, and like he's a pretty big golf guy. And he just like followed me back today. And I was just like, let's go. Like mission accomplished. Got that check right there. Do you have any like bucket list guys who you wish would like follow you on like all your social medias and you could just be like, damn, this is cool?
I'm good friends with the Golfing Brothers family. I message with them quite a bit, but they're cool guys. But you know the good guys, obviously.
Of
Mhm.
course.
You know Stephen Castaneda.
Yep.
Well, before they were big, I would DM with those guys when they had maybe 1,000, 2,000 followers, and so I've talked to them since the beginning, just not recently.
Mhm.
But it'd be great to get all those guys to follow me back. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I will say,
You were with them from the beginning, and now they got their own merch, and oh my God, they're huge now. I'm sure.
Yeah, I think I remember following Garrett since he had 1,000 followers when I was a junior in high school, and to see him grow, I was with him like every step of the way, from his vlogs when he was in college, and it was just crazy. Now he's super famous.
that's unbelievable. I will say I don't like when like some of like the big guys like either go on like an unfollowing spree or like you look at some accounts, because I have seen some accounts where like someone like, you know, kind of copied one of our things and like I didn't really care, but then I looked at it and the dude had zero like following zero, and then like had like 8,000 followers, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like this isn't, how can this be fun for you? Like you're not even looking at anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a couple videos where I think they're really good ideas, like that should have gone viral. I'll see somebody else do the same exact video and it has millions of views. And
Did you end up getting the paper towel? We were walking in. I was walking in here. I was looking at that TikTok and scrolled off it. Did you ever get that paper towel into the holder from like 40 feet?
oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
Oh
it was at the end of
shit!
the video.
That was classic. I got to go back and watch it.
Actually, not quite sure. I thought you were talking about the ping pong one.
Oh,
But
I did see that one too. Those are great.
For the record, for if you guys saw this one of his TikToks, I'm gonna kill Margot Robbie against popular opinion.
yeah,
Oh no.
I posted that this morning, and I went to the range, and when I finished my range session, 100,000 views. I'm like, all right, pretty cool. And then it's just
Dude, that was me yesterday with the is it me like I did like the is it me Jesus with like driver irons putter. I come back from like from my round with like my dad and my sister, and I just look and it's like 110,000 views, and I was like, what? Like, no, this isn't real. But I do think it's such an awesome app that like, you know, I think you're doing a great thing to like continue to help grow the game on there too, and it's really been awesome being able to follow you and a bunch of other people too. I did want to go back because I did hear that you're a big Bryson guy, and I am not a Bryson guy, but I think we're going to have differing opinions on to why you are a Bryson person and why I'm not a Bryson person. So what is your number one reason why you're a Bryson fan?
he is completely changing the game, and it's going to be a completely different game 10 years from now just because of him. He's changed the way we look at numbers, changed the way we treat our bodies going into the game. I remember for about 3 months, I ate just like he did. And I had 4 protein shakes a day. I had steak every night, like 5 eggs every morning. And I went through a big change. And it's because of him. But he just looks at things way differently than everybody else. And a lot of people are going to follow in his footsteps.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Follow the diet. I look at his Bryson's like just straight like backswing, like just keeping everything locked, like that, just that simplicity. Like he really does. Obviously, he's convoluted with his numbers, and if it's too much for people, but who's I mean, I don't know. You listen to other podcasts where they say the architects versus the engineers, or just guys who mathematicians, but like the Rory's haven't won lately, and Bryson has been here, and he is unbelievable. Like he just says he can take it over everything. And I go into my golf matches now, or just golf weekend matches, with just thinking that way. You can just hit as far as possible and hope for the best, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and his new putting technique with the arm lock, he's taken out so many errors in flipping and putting, and it's just awesome. And it's kind of changed the way I look at the game because now I go up to the drive to drive the ball. I think I'm gonna swing as hard as I can.
Right.
If you swing as hard as you can, there's actually less room for error than swinging softly.
Yeah, I'm happy you say that.
Yeah,
It's
I
almost like
agree with that.
it's almost like the PGA Tour is almost intimidated by him because he's getting so many rules changed. I mean, he at least had they're not allowed to have the compass in the book or anything like that. And now everyone was winning major tournaments with the belly putters or the chest locking putters, the long putters. And now there's talk of banning his arm lock putter just because, which is, I mean, hey, it's a testament to him because it's working for him. He has figured out some way to outsmart the game. And obviously he's not shooting a hole in one every hole, or he's not, but he has figured out a way to get that one-up advantage. And if he's getting rules changed, he's figured something out, and they're getting scared. So I do like that. I do respect Bryson. I mean, I want to watch Bryson every week because he just, you're right. My God.
When I was at TPC Sawgrass, I went to actually a few weeks prior to when I played. I went to the Players Championship.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
When Justin Thomas won. But I followed Bryson the whole 18 holes, and just the sounds he makes are insane.
Get out.
Just like grunts.
It's ball coming off my club is a wimpy sound compared to his freaking drives.
I can imagine, man. Bryson was supposed to come to Hilton Head, and they actually brought in. So last year, like when usually not like some of the guys won't come because it's right after the Masters. So with the Heritage, but they brought in because like Bryson came last year, and their driving range is kind of like about 320 yards out. It starts to get, they put the fence and it's not very high, and there's the road. So Bryson was hitting his drives in the morning into the road, and he like hit a car. So this year they brought in extra netting, and he withdrew on Tuesday, and people here were furious. They were like, the tournament spent an extra 50 grand to put that netting in, and he doesn't even show up. So that's one reason why I'm a little mad at Bryson right now. But I do think I have called him on the podcast the most entertaining and divisive golfer, because I do think he is the most entertaining golfer right now. Like, obviously if Tiger Woods ever came back, like he would immediately shoot to number one. But people are watching golf and they're watching the tournaments because of Bryson. Like they were watching the Players because they were watching Bryson, a little bit of Lee Westwood, but they were watching Bryson. It didn't matter if they were watching him to lose or to win, but they were watching Bryson. He brings fans to the game. That's what I like about him. I don't like when he's a robot. I don't like when he thanks his sponsors before he thanks his family before he wins. Like that gets a little weird, but I do see his appeal, and I do think that he's done a lot for the game too.
You see him hanging out with these good guys like on YouTube, and he's a kid. He's as lighthearted as I am.
Yeah,
it's cool to see that.
Yeah, I think definitely like on the other side of it, like because I've seen him with a couple of those guys and like what he does in his like gym when he was holding the U.S. Open trophy, and I'm like, this is so bad, but at the same time, this is so good. Like I just don't know what to feel right now. It's like Bryson being a normal human, but I want to hate him, but I can't. So it's just like it's kind of everything with that. He does seem like a really good guy out of golf, but just sometimes during golf, I'm just like, come on, Bryson, just like act like a normal person.
No, are you talking about when it was Bryson Garrett and Kyle Berkshire when they were in his gym? Yeah, I remember that episode, and that was
they've met a couple times, and Hogan, which is Garrett's friend, he does the YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. Hogan hangs out with Bryson like every night, and they work out together. And Bryson and him are having bets, childish games. And it's just funny the way he's acting.
Oh, I'll have to go watch that. That's for sure.
He's got to promote that stuff. Like that would be good. He's got to. All right. We got to get Brian a new PR management firm, because if Bryson puts that out there, he's gonna crush it. All right, we got a new job now. That's great. So we did talk about your favorite golfers on tour right now. Do you have any least favorite golfers out there as well?
I am not the biggest fan of Rory. Personally,
Ooh, hot take. Talk to me.
my mom has never liked him, and I just I have no really hate reasons why. I just never really liked the guy. But other than that, I don't hate anybody else.
That's me with Matt Kuchar right there. Like I have no reason not to like Matt Kuchar, and I just don't like him. So that's okay. I got a full list. We can talk about that offline. But I've got a list. I check it twice all the time. There are some golfers that I just don't like, so it happens.
I mean, I know everybody's probably saying they hate Patrick Reed, right?
I actually don't hate Patrick Reed that much, to be honest with you. I think he's just the American version of Ian Poulter. But I don't like Ian Poulter because he's not American. But I just think he's the American version of Ian Poulter. Like he's kind of a jerk sometimes, but you know, when you need him in the Ryder Cup, he's gonna go 3-0-1 or 4-0-0 and crush it. So
yeah, the Ryder Cup is probably the deal breaker. He's as he plays more Ryder Cups, you're probably gonna be like, man, I like this guy more and more. He's like a guy you'd hate to play against, but love to play with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He does have some scumbag moves, that's for sure.
At this academy I go to, apparently Reed goes there every couple of weeks to work with this coach, and I work out with a fitness guy there as well. He's worked with Patrick Reed lots of times. He said he's the nicest guy he's ever met. He said every fan that comes up to him, Reed will spend minutes upon minutes just getting in depth with them, not just saying hi and signing autographs. He'll go into what they want to talk about, and
this
really
is the stuff we
perspective
want to
of him.
hear. This is what I like to hear. Talk to me about the inside scoop.
getting the inside scoop from Zach on everyone. This is good.
Yeah, it really changed my perspective on him because now I think he's probably the nicest guy on tour.
I think he does have that, but I think like when he gets asked about these like weird like things that he does on the golf course, like he like almost like blanks, like he just like he doesn't know what happened, like he just doesn't recall, and he either just misses that, like just like is aloof, or he just, I don't know, he just doesn't recall. That's classic.
And you have to forgive us. We're New Englanders. We can be brash at sometimes. And I mean, you're the Southern guy. I mean, you're just all, you know, all you guys down there are real nice. So please forgive us. But I do have something for you, and this is killing me. So I'm the fantasy guy, and what I mean by that is I'm dying to know this past golf bowl question from you. All right, if you could have any hole as your backyard, any hole in the PGA Tour as your backyard, I want you to tell me what that hole is.
I would probably have to say 18 at Pebble all day.
18 at Pebble.
With that wind, it's crazy, and just that incredible shot over the water. A couple of years ago, I was able to go and visit Pebble. I wasn't able to play, but I was standing there on the 18th green, and it was just immaculate. And I really want to go back and play someday.
Wow.
Saving
I love that
up.
you chose a par 5, baby. You got to
That's
choose a par 5.
I'm
gonna sell a kidney to play Pebble.
I'm not going to pick some par 3 because the most you can do is birdie. I'm all in for eagles.
Right.
My man.
I like that. Mike, you picked a Pebble. You picked a Pebble one too.
Number 6, the 6th hole, which is the par 5 on the front, which goes like up across a little crevice. I mean, on the right, it's Pacific Ocean. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's funny. I was on a simulator today at my academy, and I was playing Pebble Beach, funny enough. And I posted a video of the 7th hole.
I saw you on 7
this morning.
Those simulators are sweet. Where do you get access? Do you have one
at
your course?
Academy I play at, but this simulator is different. Say you have a side hill or downhill lie, the floor moves with the lie.
Wow.
And I had some pretty tough ones today. I was almost vertical.
I was just about to say, have them put in Augusta National there and just try and putt on the greens. I have heard that the undulations are just crazy. So there is no shot that I would even come close to birding any of those bad boys.
I played yesterday, and you don't realize how like you very rarely just have a flat lie. Like maybe on the tee box, but a lot of places up here they're not flat on the tee box. Like it's
Yeah,
No way.
some of our courses are not well
Tim, you
kept.
can attest, Tim. I know Florida's probably a little more flat. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty flat land, all built on what's it called, swampland. So it's all pretty flat, but the course is really wet all the time,
Yeah.
and so you don't get much roll on any drives at all.
Zach, any hole-in-ones?
I've had one, but
Come on, give me the club and the yardage.
it was 7-iron, 190. Walked up to the green, and I didn't see the ball. I was actually pretty pissed. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I missed this green." And this was during COVID times. And I see this little ball peeking out of this foam cup, because they got the foam in the cups.
Yep.
Oh, geez.
There it was. So it's pretty awesome. I've had a couple of lip outs, and I almost had a hole in one at Sawgrass 2 times
Wow.
when I went a couple weeks ago. And I've had a couple spin back right past the hole, but just one so far.
I don't think these COVID cups, these foam shitters in the bottom of the cup, have helped anybody's scores. Like, Timmy, how many we played? I think up in Maine, like just a couple where they're like, "Did that hit the foam and rim out? Did that actually rim out?" Like,
And the pin in, and the pin
in.
the pin can mess with me, dude. Sometimes, like, oh, that's another great question. Good call, Brendan, with the big Zach. Pin out or pin in?
A lot of the courses I play right now, they do not let you take the pin out, but I love pin out all the time. But if I'm chipping and I'm right off the green, or if I'm having a 30-foot putt, always keep the pin in.
Makes sense. I know a lot of guys that do that too. I mean, Bryson and Matt Fitzpatrick are the two, I think, biggest like pin in 24/7 guys. I don't know how they do that, man. I feel like I would just, I feel like I would hit it one time and I'd be like, oh, that's going in. And I know it would never happen, but imagine it going like pretty fast and it just like hits the pin and like immediately comes back. Like that is my worst fear on a putt.
All the time. Yeah.
Zach, I just want to say I love what you're about. Just hearing your story, my man. I keep thinking about it. And you were saying how, you were with those good guys from the beginning, and the biggest change, I guess, from an outside perspective on you going from very small following to 26,000, 27,000. Is that all of us got to know a good guy, and you're just a personality. You see the 10-second flicks of different golf shots and stuff, but I'm sure all of us can say that we have now had the pleasure of meeting a good guy, and that's definitely really cool to see. And
I'd say a big thing is a lot of these golf TikTokers. I mean, I love seeing people golf on TikTok and everything, but they'll show their swing, they'll show the outcome. That's about it. I always like to show how I react after the shot, or how if I hit a good shot, I'll smile, thumbs up at the camera. I'll give it all I got, because a good shot's a good shot, and just want to put some emotion to videos is what I feel.
Absolutely, man.
A lot of people probably don't know this, but I also have a YouTube channel. It has 100,000 followers or subscribers.
Hell yeah.
But
I'm subscribing right when we get off.
Oh man.
I've been watching more YouTube golf lately. It's a good place to I just got YouTube TV. So it's easy.
But I showed a lot of character on there. I said, why not bring that to TikTok?
Dude, it's just fun watching. Like, there's nothing better than just you get home at night, you just want to hang out for like 20 minutes. Let's just watch someone else play golf. Like, I want to play golf right now. Why not watch someone else play golf?
100%. My biggest thing is just trying to watch Rick Shields, and he's just like saying, it's simple. It's very, and it's a British accent too. And you're just like, I'm learning something. And then you try and do it. And it's like, that didn't work at all. But it's always great to like be able to, I definitely have been getting a little bit more into like watching guys like that, just to like see like okay, is there any way that I can, improve my game a little bit here or there? And some of the things that they say about putting has actually like seriously helped me. Like deep breath before you putt, like one big deep breath before you putt, and then just go. Like that works. I can now make a 3-footer easily.
I love his ball and club reviews. I'm always watching those. He did a cheap club review of these Callaway sets, and I bought them for my grandpa. It was like $700, and I bought him these brand new clubs, and he's hit these balls a lot farther than he used to because he had like 30-year-old clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he really does really good reviews, and I love that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's great. Zach, it has been a pleasure, man. We've really appreciated your time tonight, dude. Do you want to plug? I mean, obviously, follow Zach on TikTok. Any other plugs whatsoever? Get it out to the people.
I mean, everything's on the TikTok, YouTube's linked on there, Instagram. I don't post anything on Instagram, but I love to respond to DMs on Instagram all the time. So whatever you guys want to say, I'm down to talk about.
That's awesome, man. Well, again, thank you so much. Go for it, Michael.
No, golf's a game of the people and getting people together. So if it ever our paths ever crossed, I mean, that would be pretty sweet to get out on the golf course and play some golf.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I've had a couple people DM, asking about rating their swings and advice and stuff. And I'd always love to do that. But if you guys ever in Florida, we have to hang out.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, man. That would be great.
You're saying I can send you my swing and you'll just give me a quick little breakdown?
Of course, sure.
So give the same one we've been giving you forever, Mike. Gross.
No, I love golf, man. I'm just trying to get better. That's all.
We know.
Can't get enough.
That's what it's about.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Zach. We really do appreciate it. And open invite now from whenever you want to come back on again. When you finally make it to the PGA Tour, we'll have you on again. We'll have you on before that, but when you get your first win, you just got to remember who to celebrate it with.
Yeah, when you guys are famous and bigger than the Rick Shields podcast, I'll always accept the invite.
Love it.
Oh man,
really appreciate your time, Zach, man. Really appreciate it. Hell of a story. Keep it going, man. Good luck to you. Rock on.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, man.